we're going to go into our toes to bar. First is Chris is just going to demonstrate the toes to bar for us, and then we're going to break it down. So the first thing you'll notice is we go into a kip position, okay? And the kip position is very similar to the one we covered in the pull-ups, but again I will cover it in this section as well because it is relevant more directly to the toes to bar. Now when we do this, we don't want to see Chris go into that position where we've got the tension and then all of a sudden we lose it by breaking at the knee and pulling the hip up to the butt, okay? Because then we're going to try and generate momentum by putting the leg through, and then all of a sudden we've got all this forward momentum which we can't control against this uncontrollable rock. So first I'm going to demonstrate that for me, just a poor kip and getting into that uncontrollable rock. So as you can see, it gets nice and set, it comes through, the heels come up, and then all of a sudden we see him getting into this rocking motion which he cannot control. Okay? So it's very important that Chris is just going to demonstrate the kip for us now, but doing it in the correct way. Okay? So just jump up and do a good kip for me, but don't worry about going from toes to bar. So he's going to do that kip for us, and then what we notice here is he keeps a nice, tight midline, and he can control himself. So if I said to Chris, stop at any point, he can control his body. He's got good tension through his midline, and he remains nice and hollow in that kip. Now when we do go to this toes to bar, technically you have to bring your heels back past your central line whenever you complete this movement. So Chris is going to demonstrate the kick for us again. He's then going to demonstrate going into the first toes to bar, but then stop in the bottom of his downswing so we can see his finish position between reps. Okay, let's do that first. He's going to come up, come down and finish. Now it finishes by pulling. It's very hard for him to just demonstrate that. So what we'll find this finish position though is this here. So if this line is the central line, Chris's body is creating this arc where it comes through and rounds into this nice hollow position. Okay? And that hollow position is crucial because that's what's going to help Chris get into his next kick to get into the next rep for his toes to bar. Now you notice with the toes to bar as well that when he does this, he initiates that kick, he then pulls his hip back up and through, he pulls himself away from the bar slightly. Now if I'm doing this over that bar, I've got the central line here. If I kip, I pull through, I then come back away from the bar and I've created this gap where I've got this hollow position. I've still got tension in my midline, but I've now got room to pull my toes through to make contact with that bar. If I do this and I pull myself in front of the bar, i.e. I come round and I pull myself through by swinging my legs through, all of a sudden all my momentum is in front of the bar and there's only one way it's going to come and it's back here and I'm going to find myself in a swing. So it's very important that I create this gap here so I can pull my toes through and initiate with that bar. And Chris is going to demonstrate that perfectly now, so just keep an eye on where he is in relation to this rep. Yeah, just go get right next to just to keep full one, please, man, full one. So he's going to come through, and notice how he pulls back away from that rib slightly, creating that gap he needs to get his toes through, and relax there, perfect, good. Also, there is a slight pull in the arms. We've got tension here the whole time, okay? This isn't just loose and let us do what we want. We need to make sure this is all nice and tight, because when we come back through our backswing, especially, we have to keep tension in the back. When we come back through here, you've got to pull slightly just to keep yourself nice and tight, engaging that midline and putting the toes to the bar. Now what I want Chris to demonstrate for us, because he's already demonstrated some really good reps for us, is some core reps where he manages to keep a good swing on the kip, but actually as he comes out of that rep, he pulls his toes out and around. Now I want you to see how hard it is for him to control this. So just do this, do that for us please. Good. That's already jumped down, that's just demonstrated perfectly. You cannot do that. So the way we get around this and combat this is making sure we get the toes to the bar in the most direct route up and the most direct route down. So you'll notice when Chris does some good reps next, his feet will come straight up to that bar and they'll pretty much come straight back and down. And he will pull those heels back and down into his kick position to keep tension in that midline and in that posterior chain. That's what's going to help him get back up to that bar. So just do a couple of good reps for us now, just finish off with some good reps. We notice we're coming down, straight, heels coming straight back down behind into our kick position, and rest there. And that is our toes to bar.